Hello children, in the last video we have seen about circulatory system in humans. So in the circulatory system of human, it consists of heart, blood and blood vessels. In this part of video we can see about heart. Okay, so heart is also the circulatory system, isn't it? So what are the circulatory system present in humans? What are the organs which are circulatory system? Heart, blood vessel, isn't it? So in the last part we have seen about blood, components of blood and blood vessel. Let's see about heart, the pumping organ of the body. So heart is the pumping organ of the body. Okay, so it is the pumping organ of the body. It is a muscular organ which is located in the chest cavity. Okay, so where the heart is located? Heart, it is the muscular organ which is located in the chest cavity, and it tilted slightly towards the left lungs. It is about the size of your closed fist. If you are closing your fist, so the heart has the size of closed fist. It pumps blood to all parts of the body through the blood vessels. Okay, so heart pumps blood to all parts of the body through the blood vessel. So it is called as pumping organ of the body. So why heart is called as pumping organ of the body, children? It pumps blood to all parts of the body through the blood vessels. Now let's see about internal structure of heart. So inside the heart, what are the parts present? Okay, so heart, it is a double layered membrane. So heart consists of double layered membrane. It is enclosed in a double layered membrane called pericardium. Okay, so the heart is enclosed in a double layered membrane called pericardium. Heart is divided into 4 chambers. Okay, so heart is divided into 4 chambers. The upper 2 chambers are called as auricle and lower 2 chambers are called as ventricle. Okay, so heart, it's divided into 4 chambers. Upper 2 chambers are called as auricle and lower 2 chambers are called as ventricles. Left side of the heart is completely separated from the right side of the heart by the partition called septum. Okay, so left side of the heart is completely separated from the right side by the partition called septum. So what is the use of septum in the heart? Septum, it will separate the left side of the heart from the right side of the heart and prevents the mixing of oxygenated blood with deoxygenated blood. Okay, so septum prevents the mixing of oxygenated blood with deoxygenated blood. So children, what is meant by oxygenated blood? Oxygenated blood means the blood rich with oxygen. Yes, in the last video I have explained that oxygen combined with hemoglobin and forms oxyhemoglobin, which is transported to all parts of the body. That is oxygen rich blood. Okay, and what is meant by deoxygenated blood? It is the impure blood which is collected from all the cells of the body after the cell completes its activity, it will eliminate carbon dioxide. Yes, so that the blood which contains carbon dioxide is called as deoxygenated blood. Okay, it is an impure blood. So septum is the partition which helps which will separate the left side of heart from the right side of heart and prevent the mixing of oxygenated blood with deoxygenated blood. Then there is a valve. So in the heart there is a valve which is present between the auricles and ventricle on each side. Okay, so right auricles open into the right ventricle and left auricles will open into the left ventricles. Okay, so now we know heart, about heart. Yes, so heart is enclosed in a double layered membrane called pericardium, and heart has 4 chambers. What are they, children? Upper 2 chamber which is called as auricle, lower 2 chambers which is called as ventricle. Okay, and left side of heart is completely separated from the right side of heart by the partition called septum, and there is a valve which is present between the auricles and ventricles. Right auricles open into the right ventricle and the left auricle opens into the left ventricles. Understood, children? Now let's see about the structure of heart. So here you can see the picture, that is structure of heart. So heart consists of the largest blood vessel, that is aorta. Then it consists of pulmonary artery, pulmonary veins, and you can see here the heart consists of 4 chambers. So what are they? Right atrium, left atrium, right ventricle and left ventricle. Okay, so there are valves in the heart such as tricuspid valve, pulmonary valve, and superior vena cava, inferior vena cava, then mitral valves, aortic valve, etc. Okay, so in the heart there is a 4 chambers and it consists of valves which is present between the ventricles and auricles, and there is the vein, pulmonary veins, and there is an artery, blood vessels, that is called pulmonary artery. Okay, so aorta is the largest blood vessels present in our body which pumps blood to all parts of the body. Understood, children? Now let's see about heartbeat. So you can see, normally you can feel in our heart there is one sound, that is lapped up. Yes, so that is called heartbeat. Okay, so why this heartbeat occurs? Because there is a rhythmic contraction and relaxation of the heart. Okay, so the rhythmic contraction and relaxation of the heart is known as heartbeat. Okay, so what is meant by heartbeat? How it will occur? It will occur due to rhythmic contraction and relaxation of the heart. Okay, and the pace of contraction is called as systole. Okay, so pace of contraction is called as what? Systole. And phase of relaxation is called as diastole. Okay, so the contraction, so when there is a contraction of the heart, that phase is called as systole, and the phase of relaxation is called as diastole. Normal human heart while resting, it beats about 72 to 80 times a minute. Okay, normal human heart, that is when we are taking rest, our heartbeat rate will be about 72 to 80 times a minute, and during heavy exercise or during physical work the heartbeat goes up, that means it will increase. Okay, and And doctor used stethoscope to hear the heartbeat. Okay, so a doctor uses an instrument called stethoscope to hear the heartbeat. So what is the use of stethoscope? It will amplify the sound of the heartbeats. That means the doctors can hear the sound of the heartbeat. It will increase the sound of the heartbeat. And a stethoscope consists of chest piece which is placed by the doctor on the chest, and there is two ear pieces which the doctor put into his ears to hear the heartbeats, and the connecting tube. Okay, so there will be a connecting tube between the earpiece and chest piece. Okay, and which connects the earpiece to the chest piece. Okay, so doctors, they will use an instrument called stethoscope. Okay, so what is the instrument used by the doctors to hear heartbeat? Stethoscope. So what is the use of stethoscope? It will amplify the sound of the heartbeat, so the doctors can easily recognize the heartbeat rate. And it consists of two parts. Stethoscope consists of two parts. What are they? Chest piece, earpiece. Okay, then chest piece is which the doctors used to keep on the patient's chest, and two earpieces which the doctor put into his ears to hear the heartbeats, and the connecting tube which connects the earpiece and chest piece. The throbbing movement caused by the flow of blood in the arteries is called pulse. Okay, so you can see the pulse rate, that is the throbbing movement which is caused due to the flow of blood in the blood vessel. That is, flow of blood in the blood vessel causes some movement which is called as pulse. A doctor often holds your wrist to count your pulse by feeling the pressure of the movement of blood through the artery at your wrist. So doctor, they will often hold your wrist to count your pulse rate. So by that they can feel the movement of the blood through the artery. The number of times the pulse beat is called as pulse rate. So what is meant by pulse rate? The number of times the pulse beat is called as pulse rate. Generally, a person at rest has a pulse rate of about 72 to 80 beats per minute. So, normal person when they are at rest has a pulse rate of about 72 to 80 beats. So, one pulse is generated in the artery by each heartbeat. Okay, so one heartbeat results in one pulse, and the pulse rate minute indicates the heartbeat rate. So how our pulse rate will the same? It will be same as the heartbeat rate. Now, blood circulation in humans. Regular contraction and relaxation of the heart help to circulate blood in the body. So how there will be a blood circulation in human? The pulmonary vein, pulmonary vein is the blood vessels. Yes, so we have seen in the last video, vein, arteries or blood vessels. Yes, so pulmonary vein which is present in the heart carries oxygenated blood from the lungs into the left atrium. Okay, so first pulmonary vein, it will carry oxygenated blood from the lungs to the left atrium. Then this left auricle contracts so that oxygenated blood will goes into the left ventricle. So when the left auricle contracts, the oxygenated blood which is went into the left atrium or left auricle will pass into the left ventricle. When the left ventricle contract, oxygenated blood will be passed to the all is pumped into the main artery called aorta, which branches into many arteries, and these arteries will supply blood to the all organs of the body except the lungs. Okay, so oxygen oxygenated blood, it is supplied to all organs of the body through the largest artery called aorta. Okay, which is the largest artery present in the human body? Aorta. So it is the largest blood vessel which is present in the human body, which will supply oxygenated blood to all organs of the body. Then aorta is the largest artery, and carbon dioxide, which is now we know oxygenated blood, how it is circulated to all parts of the body, isn't it, children? So how it is supplied through aorta and pulmonary veins. Now we know after the cell activities, cell used to produce carbon dioxide, that is waste, which has to be eliminated from our, which has to be removed from our body. So the carbon dioxide produced by the cells will enter blood through capillaries, and from the capillaries it will be passed into the vein. So the vein, it will carry the deoxygenated blood. Deoxygenated blood means which is rich with carbon dioxide. Okay, the veins will carry deoxygenated blood to the right auricle, and when the right auricle contracts, deoxygenated blood will pass into the right ventricle, and when the right ventricle contracts, again the deoxygenated blood goes to the lungs through pulmonary artery. Okay, so this is the blood circulation which occur in the heart. So blood will absorb the fresh oxygen from the air we breathe in and become oxygenated in the lungs. So cycle will be repeated. Okay, so when we are breathing in oxygen, again the blood will absorb the fresh oxygen and become oxygenated in the lungs. Again from the lungs it is passed into the heart, and from the heart to all organs, again the deoxygenation. So the cycle will be repeated. Now here you can see the flow chart which explains the circulatory system in human being. So we have seen the circulatory system in human being consists of a pumping organ, that is heart, blood vessels, that is arteries and veins, and blood vessels, blood and limb. Yes, so now let's see once again about the blood circulation in human heart. That is, first, through aorta, the oxygenated blood will be carried. Yes, through aorta, it will be carried. So from here it will start. So from the lungs, okay, so from the lungs, oxygenated blood will enters into the left atrium, and when left atrium relax, it enters to the left atrium, and left atrium, when the left atrium relax, oxygenated blood enters into left atrium, and when the left atrium contracts, the oxygenated blood will enter into the left ventricle. So once the left ventricle relax, it enters into the once the left ventricle contracts, it enters into all body parts, okay, with the help of the blood vessel called aorta, okay, and deoxygenated blood which is released from the cells of the body through superior vena cava, it is passed into the right atrium, and when the right atrium contracts, it's passed to the right ventricle, and when the right ventricle contracts, it's again passed into the lungs, where it will get removed. After that, when we are breathing in, the fresh oxygen will be absorbed by our blood, and again the oxygenated blood will be, the cycle will be repeated. Okay, so this is the flow chart which is representing the blood circulation in human heart. I hope that you all understand about the blood circulation in human being. If you have any doubt, you can ask children. Thank you.